I thought I was done for the year. Thought I was on vacation, but GoPro went and did something that you should know about before you go on vacation. If you are using a GoPro Hero 12, GoPro just dropped a press announcement that says, "You asked, we listened. As of today, we are rolling out the ability to name custom presets on the latest Hero 12 Black cameras." Now, this does seem like this is only available for Hero 12, not the 11 or 10. I think the 9 has custom. For some reason, this is only for the Hero 12, but it is something we've been asking for a very long time. So today I'm gonna go through the process of getting this set up, just getting it updated, and then I'm gonna walk you through my custom presets that I've been using on the regular. I've kind of changed things up a little bit. I have 6 custom presets for video that I've been using a bunch, and I'm very excited for them not to just be custom 1, custom 2, custom 3. They're all just custom. So first thing, we are gonna connect to the Quick app here, and there it is, a firmware update is available. This may take a couple of minutes. While I wait for that update to finish, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound is the leader in YouTube music licensing and who I've used to soundtrack this channel for the past 3 years. And if you are watching this video, chances are you are creating some form of content that you want to cut into a video and then presumably put on the internet. And if you want to do that, you have to license the music that you use. And that used to be like this big pain in the butt process, but Epidemic Sound makes it super easy because for $9.99 a month, you get access to over 40,000 music tracks, over 90,000 sound effects, unlimited download. Use as much of it in your videos as you want. And no worrying about copyright strikes. Don't go do that whole thing where you search for free music on the internet. I used to do that, and then later they would claim my video, and then they would get the money that I should be getting for making the video, but they got it because I used their song. Don't do that. Again, make life simple with Epidemic Sound. Again, it's $9.99 a month, complete unlimited access, and there's a 7-day free trial. Shoot to the first link in the description, go over to Epidemic Sound and get signed up for that 7-day free trial. Okay, I am updated. So now when I tap into custom, so here are my presets. If I tap into one, how do I rename? It says rename there. What's one of this? This is log. So I'm gonna name this one log 24 because it's log and it's 24 frames a second. Is that it? Did I do it? Haha, look at that. That preset is now called log 24 on my GoPro. That is super helpful. Let me rename all these and then we'll jump into the presets that I use on the regular and why I use them. Hang tight for me. Okay, I have mine custom named and I realized that I'm kind of boring. I actually don't have a lot of like things that I want to customize anymore in my GoPro. I've really simplified my settings, but today, let's just go through some of the settings that I use. So the first one that I'm gonna use is just standard 24. The reason I call it standard 24 is because it's not log or anything like that. And when you go in here, you'll see that I have it at 4K, 24 frames a second. Hyper smooth is on. The only things that are different, EV comp, I always set to negative 0.5 on every single one of my settings. This camera, I wish GoPro would just adjust this, should be half a stop lower on the exposure. It always blows out highlights, and I think that when you bring it down, it looks really, really good. Like if you always want to make a GoPro look good, always shoot negative 0.5 EV. Next up is ISO max. Go in there and put that to 6400. The reason that you want to let your camera go higher on the ISO, yes, it's gonna bring in more noise, but it's gonna keep your shutter speed up. You do not want this camera dropping the shutter speed down and then all of a sudden your footage looks blurry. Grainy is always better than blurry. And then sharpness to low, color to natural, and that's it. White balance auto. I am really letting the GoPro do a lot. This is like my standard walk around setting, standard 24, and then standard 60 and standard 120 are the exact same settings, just at 60 frames a second or at 120 frames a second. And the reason I have them as separate presets is that if I go in there and I change something like the lens, anything like that, I want to be able to just hop to the other preset instead of having to change these things each time I play with them. Also, I always have my presets set to wide, and then on the screen, I can tap in and I can change the lens. I can go to super view or I can go to linear, but I have like just the presets standard set to wide. The fourth one down there is POV, and this is anytime I'm gonna have the camera either on my helmet here, on a bite mount, something like that. It's gonna be really similar settings, except that now 4K 30. The reason I'm jumping to 4K 30 here is in POV, I want a little bit more clarity. Like I don't want any blur at all, and and 4K 30 will help a tiny bit with that. Lens, super view, hyper smooth on. Down from POV mode is 8x7 mode, and my 8x7 mode is essentially anytime that I'm gonna use this camera and I don't know whether I want a 16:9 shot or a 9:16 shot, so I'm gonna shoot in 8x7, and for that I'm gonna go 5.3K, 24 frames a second, lens set to wide, hyper smooth on, EV comp -0.5, ISO max 6400, auto white balance, low sharpness, color natural, pretty standard stuff, just switching it to 8x7 and the resolution of 5.3K. The reason that this is the only mode I shoot 5.3K in is that I want as much resolution as possible, because when I cut to 9:16, I want a more resolution to do that, so that my vertical and my width is more than if it was just 4K. All the other modes I shoot in though, I shoot in 4K because I don't crop in post, so I would rather my overheating performance be better, my battery life be better, my cards last longer, like everything is better at 4K. 5.3K really comes in the best in 8x7 mode when you're gonna crop vertically into it. And then the last mode that I set up in here, I just called log 24. And in here, you're gonna see the main difference is that this is my log profile. I'm at 4K, 24 frames a second. My EV comp is -0.5. On ISO max, I can only go to 1600 in log, but I'm gonna have it there. I want the camera to raise the ISO before dumping the shutter speed, because again, noisy is better than blurry. White balance here, I'm gonna have it 5500, but it's because in log modes, I'm going to try to shoot manual white balance as much as possible. If I'm gonna have to grade this later, I don't want the white balance shifting all over the place and me having to try to adjust that. So I'd rather set up a situation, say I'm outdoors, 5500, or I go indoors, I drop down to 3200 or 2800. I would rather do manual white balance on that than have to let it do auto white balance and then try to fix it in post. Sharpness, low, color log, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 6 presets that I've been using on the regular with the Hero 12. I really haven't gotten too crazy with it, and I realize that, yeah, I'm very happy that I have custom names, because now instead of saying custom 1, custom 2, custom 3, it says what I wanted to say. But I also realized that I'm not super clever. In their press release, GoPro was like, get ready for some crazy custom names in there, like super gnarly dive mode. But I don't want that. I just want this. Standard 24, standard 60, standard 120, POV 24, 8x7 mode, log 24. Guys, if you have the GoPro Hero 12, update it, and you can now have custom named modes as well. I hope this video helps you get your GoPro Hero 12 set up. Have a good holiday. My voice is going out. I'm really going on break this time. Probably be back like maybe second week of January. And I will see you then.